So recently, Jaiden Animations, a fairly successful YouTuber, posted a video about how she tried to speedrun the game Rhythm Heaven Fever. As she addressed in her video, it's not easy to speedrun a rhythm game. Well, it's not easy to speedrun any game for that matter, but that's besides the point. What she did was she got a superb medal on her first try of all the games from start to finish in the same run, and considered that the speedrun. After watching it, I was quite impressed with her performance and completely related to the one she struggled with. You might be asking why I'm talking about this like I'm some sort of Rhythm Heaven Fever master or something. Well, not to brag, but I have gotten perfects on almost all the games, except for Remix 10. But come on, it's Remix 10! Or in other words, torture. So yeah, 2 years ago, I spent like 3 months just practicing and grinding medals in Rhythm Heaven Fever, and I have this to show for all my time and hard work. But seeing her video got me thinking about whether or not I still had it in me to get superbs on these myself after 2 years of not playing. So that's what we're going to find out today. Join me on this journey that'll be me trying to get superbs on all the Rhythm Heaven Fever games after not playing in 2 years. So I'm going to be doing things a bit differently than Jaiden did. For one, I'm not going to be speedrunning this at all. And two, this is strictly a first attempt playthrough. Even if I don't get a superb on a game, I'm going to move on to the next because I just want to see how much skill I have from a first attempt basis. With all that out of the way, let's play! So of course, starting off with hole-in-one, things went very well. I only missed a few shots from the monkey and got myself a superb. We're off to a great start. Screwbot Factory didn't give me any trouble either. I didn't miss a single robot. Seesaw was my first hurdle. Quite honestly, I just forgot how to land those big jumps, so that messed me up a few times. Combine that with missing some of the normal jumps, and I ended up receiving my first okay of the challenge. On the lighter side, Double Date gave me no problem outside of the one random soccer ball I missed. For our first remix of the challenge, that being Remix 1, things went fairly well. I only missed one Screwbot and a couple of the seesaw parts, but none of that stopped me from getting that superb. The next row of levels didn't give me too much trouble either. In Forklifter, I got the burger, which was something I used to struggle with, but I missed some of those orange pea things. Are those even peas? I'm not really sure, but in the end, still got the superb. I didn't think tambourine would be anything to mention, but I messed up a lot here. It felt like my inputs were delayed with the game. Maybe I was actually pressing them late, or maybe it was the game. I'm not really sure. All I know is that the monkey made this face a lot. I somehow still got the superb though. Not sure how that happened, but I'll take it. Board meeting didn't give me much trouble at all either. I didn't miss a single stop. But I want to know something. What exactly are they presenting here? How spinny these chairs are? How obedient pigs with curly mustaches and cool shades are? Someone please let me know. Anyway, moving on, I thought Monkey Watch was going to be problematic, so I tried it with my eyes closed, and surprisingly, that worked extremely well. I only ended up missing a few monkeys, and those annoying visual blockers didn't affect me at all since I wasn't paying attention to them. So much to my surprise, I got a superb. Now for Remix 2. I was not looking forward to this one. It's super fast, which made it hard to get back into. I messed up a lot of the Forklifter and tambourine sections, but I somehow still got a superb. Next up were the levels before Remix 3. These were probably the easiest ones yet. Working Dough, Build to Scale, and Ale Rally were all fairly easy, outside of a few minor mess-ups on each, and me missing the last shot on Air Rally, which the cat says was kinda lame of me. Just shut up, man! And Figure Fighter was no problem at all. Didn't miss a single punch. And then it was time for Remix 3. When I first started playing this game, I could not get past Remix 3 if my life depended on it, so I thought I'd have to relive those torturous days. Luckily, I only missed a punch from Figure Fighter. None of that stopped me from getting my superb. The games before Remix 4 gave me little to no trouble as well. Ringside, in other words my favorite Rhythm Heaven game of all time, was seamless. I accidentally grabbed a spider and packing pest. Please don't tell the health inspector. Nothing really to say about Micro Row, and I didn't mess up at all on Samurai Slice or Remix 4. Completing this also raised my flow up from 134 to 135, but that unfortunately didn't last too long. The fifth row of games is where things started getting more difficult. Thankfully though, Catch of the Day was easy. Flipper Flop wasn't too bad, except I thought the captain said to do 6 flipper rolls when he actually said to do 7. Whoops. Also, I love how at the end it shows him rolling with the rest of the seals. Wouldn't it be hilarious if he actually rolled with them in the game? I think it would be. Anyway, Exhibition Match was fairly simple too. Flockstep is where things really started going downhill. I missed some of the squawking commands and some of the normal steps at the end. I never understood why I always seem to mess up on the ending. It's been happening to me as long as I've been playing this game, and unfortunately I only got an okay from it. Luckily, Remix 5 was much nicer to me. As expected, the Flockstep parts gave me some trouble, but that's about it. Moving on to the Remix 6 games, I struggled with the bowling pin rockets and launch party, but that's about it. And I still got the Superb. I was dreading Donk-Donk since the start of this challenge because of just how quick the tempo is, but I went into it the same way I did when I got the Perfect, with my eyes closed. And I did fairly well besides messing up a bit at the start. These stupid guys just distracted me. I mean, what are they supposed to be anyway? The game doesn't even know. Nothing really noteworthy about Bossa Nova either, except why are they so focused on bonking these shapes away from themselves? And wait, they're dating? What? Why is this game so confusing? On a different note, Love Rap posed a bit of a challenge. You may not have thought so since they literally repeat the same 4 lines over and over again, but the timing is so strict. I mostly messed up with the faux show parts, but somehow MC Adore says that my faux show was good. I don't trust her judgment, but I'll still take the Superb. And then at the end she says that we were amazing, but why is she judging us? The end credits say that the characters in Love Rap are the Love Posse featuring MC Adore. She's a feature! She shouldn't be judging us. We're the ones letting her join us. Who is she to say how we do? Anyway, when it finally came to Remix 6, it was fairly easy outside of the Donk-Donk parts which I struggled on because the transitions between Donk-Donk and the other games were not smooth at all. There were some other hiccups I had, but I still got the Superb, so all is well. Moving on to the Remix 7 games, I was also fearing Tap Troupe for the same reasons I was fearing Donk-Donk. I took the same approach, doing it with my eyes closed, and I still did good. I knew I was doing alright because of how many times I heard the guys say, "Okay!" I mean, they even make that a point when giving their feedback. But of course, I still missed some parts, but I still got the Superb. Now, before I move on, why are these guys so tall? Like, that's probably a detail the developers added last minute, but it's one that's just too darn difficult to forget. Shrimp Shuffle was easy enough and honestly kind of boring and annoying if anything. Cheerleaders was pretty straightforward, I just missed a few of the combos, but other than that, it was no problem. Karate Man was pretty easy as well. I somehow missed a single pot in one of the combos, which I don't understand how that could happen. My guess is that he just didn't feel like punching it. I mean, if you think about it, punching a bunch of porcelain flower pots being thrown at you has gotta hurt, right? So who could blame him for not wanting to punch it? Thankfully, this little mishap still let me end off with the Superb. My performance in Remix 7 could be summarized as mid. I messed up on each of the games at some point, but most of that was Tap Troupe. Surprise, surprise. But I somehow still got a Superb, so okay game, thanks. Once the repeat games started, the biggest hurdle of the challenge so far really set in. Starting off with Samurai Slice 2, for some reason I just couldn't keep my tempo, and I failed to do my slicing properly. I hope I didn't disappoint the sensei. But in the end, I got an okay, so not bad, but this is when the bad feeling really started setting in. The same can be said for Working Dough 2. I missed some of the balls, and I ended with an okay. And you won't believe what happened with Built to Scale 2. For whatever reason, I just could not keep up with the beat. Maybe it was the constant speed changes, but something about it made it incredibly difficult for me to keep up, and I got my first try again in the run. I'm not gonna lie, at this point I was feeling pretty doubtful of my skill. I mean, playing for an hour and a half straight, all different games will do that to you. But since the next game was Double Date 2, I had some hope that I would do better. And thankfully, I did! I actually didn't miss a single ball. That was the best feeling Superb of the whole challenge. And another nice thing about these later remixes is that they are combinations of random games, not just the ones in their rows. And because of this, I was able to get a Superb on Remix 8. My hopes were rising back up. Next up were the levels in Remix 9, and those went much better than Remix 8. Love Rap 2 was kind of the same as the first one. I again missed some faux shows, but these ones were more costly, since I only ended up getting an okay. Cheerleaders 2 is pretty much the same as the first Cheerleaders. I missed some of the cheers, and again, the judging on this was much harsher than the first one because I only got an okay again. I had a good feeling about Hole in One 2 though, and my predictions were correct. I only missed one of the mandrill shots, otherwise I got them all. Screwbot Factory 2 seemed pretty promising as well. That was until I missed some of the white robots and a gray robot. Considering how strict the judging was on some of those past games, I didn't have my hopes too high for this one, but I remained optimistic. But then it was the moment of truth. I can't believe it! I actually got a superb even with all the mistakes! That's right, the world does need us, Dr. Science Man. Alright, with that out of the way, now it's time for Remix 9. Will my luck be as good as Remix 8? Let's find out. Well, that didn't go as expected. Yeah, I'm not too surprised. I did mess up quite a bit, so this kind of makes sense. Alright, now for the final set of games, the ones before Remix 10. Well, Figure Fighter 2 and Micro 2 were pretty easy. Packing Pests 2 was a different story. I accidentally missed some of the candies and spiders, and I even caught some spiders. Luckily they didn't end up in the box though. But after all that, I got an okay, which is not bad, but I would probably think twice before ordering candy from this factory. They seem a little lenient with the quality control. Karate Man 2 was nothing really to talk about. In fact, it was less eventful than the first one. And now, the final boss of Rhythm Heaven Fever, Remix 10. 4.5 minutes of stress, pain, and sweat. I made mistakes at a bunch of random parts, as I expected to. And my final score? Okay. You know, I thought I wouldn't even get that, but after 2 years of not playing, I'll gladly take an okay on Remix 10. And that about wraps up the challenge. In the end, I got a superb on 40 out of the 50 games, an okay on 9 out of the 50 games, and only one try again. So overall, I just say I still have my Rhythm Heaven Fever skills even after 2 years of not playing. Even though this game can be so frustrating at points, it is undeniably an extremely well-crafted game that can be incredibly fun. I certainly had a lot of fun with this challenge and enjoyed digging this game back up and reliving memories. With that, I hope you all enjoyed the video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And remember, stay cool everybody.